Shalawam, Shalawam. First and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Hashem, Barak, HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining yourself in this truth. Kwam Yasharahla. Alright, it's your brother Yaram Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson. Alright, and this one, basically going into Tim Walz, right? Kamala Harris's vice president pick or running mate. Okay, just to get into this guy real quick. And this is coming from the Jerusalem Post, right? Israel, the Israelis or whatever, and their propaganda machine. So, Minnesota Jewish leaders highlight VP pick Tim Walz's commitment to community Israel. If the Harris-Walz ticket wins the White House, Steve Hugnegs, executive director of the JCRC, said he expects Walz to approach Israel policy by stressing the importance of the U.S.-Israel relationship. Okay, because he's obviously an Edomite. Okay, he's obviously being picked, selected. Kamala didn't pick him. Understanding this, it may publicly say she picked him, but he was picked and selected by the so-called secret government, man. The banking families, the elites, and those that rule on the Democratic Party, which they all is one wing of the same bird. Okay, so you got the Republican Party with Trump and Vance and things like that. These are a one wing of the same bird, man. They all have people that they have to listen to, just puppets being pulled. So the strings are being pulled by the elites at the end of the day. So this guy was picked by them because why? He supports their goals. He supports their agendas. All right. The small but mighty, largely liberal Minnesota Jewish community stated their workday on Tuesday morning with the highly anticipated news of Vice President Kamala Harris selecting their governor Tim Walz as her running mate over runner-up Josh Shapiro, governor of Pennsylvania. With Shapiro as the second Jewish vice president nominee in history, came attacks over his support of Israel. All right. So, and I've looked into it a little bit. I guess Shapiro was a really bad choice. Now, let's go into it and get the origin and the name and the meaning behind this word waltz. The word waltz, which really it stems from, comes from the German word walzen, which means to roll, turn, or gouge. The name refers to the spinning motion of the dance, which originated in 18th century rural German as part of the peasant celebrations. All right, so this word is Germanic, German in origin. All right, waltz or waltz. All right, and more so, its name likely comes from the Latin word volvere, which meaning to turn or roll, reflecting the dance's spinning nature. Okay, because these languages would go back to Latin, which was spoke in the Roman Empire. Right, but the name waltz comes from the German verb walzen, as we just read. Now, enough on that. Just getting it to understand that his name means to roll, to turn, or glide. Right, and I believe him to be of Taman, which is of German descent. Right, but he could possibly be Amalekite, right? Which really, none of that matters. He's an Edomite. From head to toe, man. He's an Edomite. Okay? But the Germans were looked upon as the smartest of Edom, which the atom bomb came out of that, right? German scientists and things of that nature. So German was, just looked upon as, in the scriptures, it would be Taman. Okay? And let's get Jeremiah right here, Jeremiah 49:7. Concerning Edom, thus saith Yahawah of hosts, is wisdom no more in Taman? right? So Taman being Edomites, right? Wisdom, their counsel was there. His counsel perished from the prudent. Is their wisdom vanished? All right. So just Germans in general, don't sleep on them, right? They when you had the race for the arms and things like that, weapons, like I said, the atom bomb, right? These things is really that spirit of creating that sword and things like that is coming from these Germans, right? It's Edom, Esau, Edom, man. At the end of the day, and a German is an Edomite, right? Let's read verse 20. Therefore, hear the counsel of Yahawah Yahawashi that he hath taken it against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Taman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. And that's going on today, the least of the flock. These little nations are drawing them out. What's about to happen? Iran and several nations. Egypt is ready. They got a military ready. Okay. Turkey is aligning themselves with Niger. You have, of course, Russia, which those are Edomites as well, but are aligning themselves with other Hamitic nations, small nations, and arming them up, having the weak to be weak to be strong. So, as it's going on, you got these small nations becoming big, becoming strong. And what do you mean, like small? Like, not by geographic landscape or size or whatever. It's more so they didn't have nukes. They didn't have the weapons. They didn't have the tanks. They didn't have the means to fight a true war. But Putin has vowed to aim to arm America's enemies, to arm Israel's enemies, right? Because they go hand in hand. And this dude, Tim Walz, is going to work hand in hand to make sure that the U.S.-Israel relationship is strong. All right? This is what he's going to do. So this is going to be good for the Amalekites, which I'm saying, I believe him to be picked and placed in there. And nothing happens by coincidence. Nothing happened by coincidence. Even in the scriptures, especially, nothing happens by coincidence. Yahawashi has set up all this stuff from the beginning, man. Okay? And let me see. Oh, let's go into his net worth real quick. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. While specific details about Walz's net worth are not publicly available, estimates suggest it could be in the range of several $100,000. And they're saying around $600,000. But look at this. And some say it's about $19 million. So that's speculation. How do you go from $600,000 to $19 million? That's weird to me right here. Most sources, including barchart.com, have Walz's net worth of around $600,000. While this isn't a small chunk of change, it is a lot less than a lot of his peers in politics, to make him look like a modest, humble guy, man. Okay? And they calling his religious Lutheran. Okay? Both of his parents are Catholic, but Walz is a Lutheran. He and his 3 siblings grew up in Valentine, Nebraska, a rural community near the South Dakota border in the northern part of the state. While Walz was in high school, his father was diagnosed with cancer, whatever. So, this doesn't matter because, it's all going back to Edomites dividing and conquering, taking our faith and manipulating it. All right, all that Catholicism, Lutheran, all that. All right, so it really doesn't matter. He's an Edomite at the core. So he's a Satan. He's devil. He's a devil at the core, man. He's wicked at the core. All right, the religion is just basically a lie on this guy, man. Okay. So that's pretty much all I had on that. Let's get into Edom more so. And some of this stuff will be correct and some of this stuff will be off. Let's go into it. I'll read this. What ethnicity were Edomites? Thus, the ancient ethnic element of Edom is the Horites, to whom were later added those descendants of Esau who were from a Western Shemitic origin. This is corroborated by epigraphic sources and archaeological findings. Alright, the thing that I got right here was Western Shemitic origin. Okay? And I didn't look into the Horites to see if we can even get that in the scriptures. 1 second. Before Abraham's time. Nah, see, this is incorrect. Alright? They were cave dwellers who lived in the limestone caves of Edom, and their name likely comes from their cave dwelling habits. Hundreds of their... Nah, it's before Abraham's time. That's incorrect. Because where did Esau come from? Right? Isaac. And I just found that out by just studying a little bit. Right? To see that they can't be Horites or Horites. It's impossible. Okay? So they're Edomites, man. This is completely off. Let's go back. So that's why I'm saying you gotta, as we say, chew the meat, spit out the bones. Alright? Now let's look into it more. So show you how Google be going off, man. And most of these clans is correct. As you got the clan of Taman right here, which we was talking about. Alright? But you don't even see the Amalekites on here. Alright? The Edomites probably occupied the area around the 13th century BCE, though closely related to the Israelites. According to the Bible, they were descendants of Esau. So, boom, you got Google right here telling you the truth. Okay? Descendants of Esau, and Esau comes out of who? Isaac's loins. They had frequent conflicts with them and were probably subject to them at the time of the Israelite kingdom, 11th to 10th century BCE. And more so, the kingdom is King David really took over around 900. 900. Joshua came through, okay, and he had the period of the judges about 1400 BC, and then on to that time. Okay, so this is correct. All right, for the most part, that's correct. Now this is where it's going off right here. They were as Arab as the Ammonites and the Moabites, but both considered Arab people. No, that's a damn lie. Your Ammonites are the Japanese, your Moabites are the Chinese. Alright? Perhaps even more so as they lived even further to the south. We don't even go into that. Because look at this. This fixes it. The Edomite nation stems from Esau, not Ishmael or Keturah's children. So they are not Arabs according to scripture. So, look, this devil just throws you around in a loop. If you don't know the scriptures, then you may believe this, that they were Arabs. They were as Arab, right? But then it corrects it over here. Okay? And this is what I'm talking about. When you don't have a strong foundation, the house is just going to be blown over. Because you don't got that correct foundation. And that is the elders and apostles and bishops of GMS, man, that have taught us this truth. Alright? Via the scriptures. Alright? Yeah, this is correct. According to Ezekiel 25:12-14, power will take revenge on the Edomites because they have grievously offended Judah. And the book of Obadiah clearly shows that Yahawah's wrath and judgment came upon Edom for mistreating a brother's nation. Nah, it isn't done yet. Alright, Salakia. So let's go to Ezekiel 25. It isn't done yet, and let's go to Obadiah right after that. Alright, Edom. Thus saith Yahawah power, because that Edom have dwelt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahawah power, I will also stretch out my hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and will make it desolate from Taman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people, Yasharahla. And they shall do in Edom according to my anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi. Now, run that over to Obadiah, understanding that they said that it's already took place. No, not completely, because Obadiah 1:18, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining. I look around, I see Edomites at the job, walking around, controlling and ruling this planet, right? So, there's some remaining. And Yahawah doesn't lie, so this has to come to pass. Alright? There shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi have spoken it. Okay? The whole topic of this lesson was Tim Walz. This dude's Edomite, man. Alright? It's Edomite. You know? It was one more lie that I wanted to bring out that they wanted to correct. Where was I at? Yeah, right here. It said, what color are they? Yeah, what color were the Edomites? The Edomites were of Shemitic ethnicity. Okay. Ergo, they had a brown skin tone. What? Like other Shemites. No. They lived east of Israel and south towards Saudi Arabia. They had a brown skin tone. Are you sure? Is that biblical? Alright. Genesis 25 and 25. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Alright? This, more so, is what they look like, man. This guy. Red. As you can see, his blood through his skin, basically. Alright? That's not a brown skin tone. Alright? These Edomites, they're Edomites. Alright? They're not brown skin. Jacob came out brown skin. Okay? Isaac was brown skin. Alright? Abraham was brown skin. The Moabites back in that time were brown skin. The Ammonites were brown skin. Okay? The Hamites were a darker brown. Right? What you would call black, but they're just a darker brown, darker shade of brown. Alright, so understanding that, these guys is easily seen. They're easily sought out. They're easily recognized. Okay? Clearly different than anybody else that was on the earth. Clearly cursed, as Cain was cursed. Okay? Pigment tooken. Understanding that. So, this is, when you reading something, it's gotta match up with the scriptures. So, brown skin tone does not match up with first came out red. All over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau. So, come on. It's gotta, we go get red. It's gotta match up, man.
Strong's H132. Admoni.
Red, ruddy, of Esau as infant. And this isn't the same ruddy as you would call King David, because I've seen that doctrine put out that King David looked like an Edomite. That's a damn lie. Okay? This was basically showing that you could see his blood through him, man. You know, when they blush, you can see their blood through them, man. They get real red. Embarrassed and things like that. They get real red. Right? So, you know, this guy, Tim Walz, man, I believe him to be of Taman, or he could be an Amalekite, right? Either way, he's an Edomite. Okay, this dude is set up to, if Kamala gets in there, which whoever they want to bring in there, Trump and Vance, or Kamala and him, or it may not even be an election. As we know, it's going to be a lot of stuff popping off in around November, man. Possibly civil war, whatever it may be. Okay, because there's been orders, little insiders talking about that the migrants have been given weapons and orders and cell phone orders and things like that to go forth around November and October and cause havoc and cause chaos, right? So when that order, it's like Star Wars, Order 66. When that order is given, hey, it's going to be all out purging, all out chaos. All right, you got enough migrants in this country to cause hell. And they're still piling in by the busloads. All right? So, with that being said, I hope this was edifying in spirit of power. Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi. Double honors to, first of all, Halalyam La, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, Shem, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect. Kwam Yasharahla, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Shalawam.